My name is John Gold. I'm just a blogger, citizen journalist, and so forth. There's supposedly going to be a group of people coming here tonight
Oh, that's her.
in support of Bradley Manning.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you're here. Okay, great.
And I'm wondering where everyone else is.
So, what did you guys think of the DNC so far?
The convention?
Convention?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
It is. It's just wonderful, I think.
So you support Barack Obama?
I do.
Okay.
With reservation, but, but I definitely think that somebody that we have to elect, and I'm very upset about the voter ID that our governor has enacted upon us. I feel it's a way of disenfranchising people of Pennsylvania from voting, a large majority, especially Philadelphians, from voting.
Right. So you're here to support Bradley Manning, correct?
Yes.
What did you think when you saw Collateral Murder when it was first released?
I didn't see it.
No collateral.
I don't know.
You never saw it?
No.
Do you think that Bradley Manning deserves the treatment that he's getting in prison?
No.
And you think that Obama should release him?
Yes,
Yes.
I do. I mean, I think that it's horrendous that we are so adverse to hearing the truth, because basically that's what he was trying to do, was tell the truth. And it was very important that he divulged, I think, what he did, and I think that he's a hero. And it's terrible that our government, in fact, this is one of my arguments about Obama, that I had higher hopes for him. I had hoped that he would, not continue.
Well, he's continued all of Bush's worst policies.
I know.
He's expanded upon the drones. In fact, just this week, I think 29 people have died from drone strikes alone. Military suicides, that's not obviously Obama's fault, but it is for continuing the occupations. They've gone up astronomically.
I'm voting for Obama because he's done some good things, but it's not because I think that he's done a great job. I don't. I think there are many things he could have done differently. And yet the choice for Romney would be just devastating. So I definitely would support Obama. Yes.
Right. Okay, well, thank you both for your time today. What's your name?
I'm Mike.
Mike. I'm here with Mike, and he came out today to support Bradley Manning. He's at Barack Obama's campaign headquarters on Passyunk Avenue. These people over here are also here to support Bradley, but they've never seen the movie Collateral Murder. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
And what did you think when you first saw it?
It's terrible. It's just very sad. A bunch of people get gunned down. It's all civilians. None of them had any guns.
It was definitely a sign that the norm of, unfortunately, what's going on in the Middle East right now, in our names. What do you think about Barack Obama essentially continuing and expanding upon Bush's worst policies, like state secrets privilege, national security letters, extending the Patriot Act, indefinite detentions, the kill lists?
Well, it's terrible. Bush, he would detain suspects indefinitely, which you could argue is better than just outright killing them. I guess Obama didn't want to deal with the messy legal.
Well, indefinite detention is tricky when you get into, holding people that essentially didn't do anything.
Well, they never labeled them prisoners of war. They didn't have that status. They were called. They made up a legal term, enemy unprivileged and belligerent combatants.
Right.
But they were suspects. A lot of them were taken for bounty from Pakistan
Right.
and Afghanistan. There were over 700 people in Guantanamo. Most of them were released. They were innocent after being held for years.
Well, there were roundups done after 9/11. I think somewhere upwards of 1,000 people were arrested after 9/11, supposedly for having terrorist activities, and almost all of them were released except, I think, 6. So
still 179 people on Guantanamo rotting, and maybe a couple dozen are actual
and Bagram's Air Force Base.
Yeah, well, Bagram was another 3,000. They're not allowed to have a lawyer. They're not allowed to confront their charges against them. So nobody talks about Bagram, but they're pretty much being held without any rights either.
Nobody talks about a lot of things, or don't talk about
the
a lot
wars
of
are
things.
perpetual. So to say we'll release them when the war's over, well, it's it's perpetual wars.
Right, every time we kill somebody over there, 2 more people pop up that hate America. So it is a perpetual war.
Well, even Stanley McChrystal said, for every one you kill, you create 10 new enemies. Brookings Institution did a report. For every one person killed in a drone strike, 10 enemies are created. So, there's not like a finite number of terrorists, and once we kill them all, then it'll be over. It's perpetual. It's a cycle, and more violence and more the innocent people you kill, the more enemies you're going to have, and they want to do you harm. And what are their capabilities, really? What has been the threat in this country? There really hasn't been much. The FBI sets people up.
FBI entrapment creates terrorists in this country, and they aren't even terrorists.
Oh, they provide them with the resources to commit these plots. A lot of them are set up by paid informants. They're poor.
Well, it's
ignorant
COINTELPRO,
people.
essentially, reinstated. COINTELPRO was abolished in the 70s during the church hearings. And then after 9/11, John Ashcroft reinstated COINTELPRO, and that's what a lot of what we're seeing today.
And after 9/11, the FBI was told they needed to produce. They needed to come up with,
Right.
to justify the orange alerts and the fear that was going on. And so they can get away with doing whatever the hell they want to.
So if you could say something to Bradley, what would you say?
Not everybody doesn't give a fuck. People care about you. I don't know how many of us, but the people are on your side. A lot of people believe in what you did was good. We have your chat logs to prove that you had pure good intentions. You're a whistleblower, and we're do what we can, as little as it is, to help you. But there are people that care and that are on your side in this.
Thank you, Mike, for your time.
You're welcome.
If you could say something to Bradley, what would you say?
I would say for him to keep his head up. That there's a lot of people out here appreciate what he did. That's it.
Thank you very much.